Ali here at mindwavemeditation.com, and today we are going to, this one's a good one. You're going to like this one. This is about how to enjoy and experience life on a deeper, more enjoyable level. Sounds a bit vague. You got to watch the video to fully understand where I'm going to go with this one. But if you do watch this video and you do take on this simple concept and you do practice this stuff, then you will absolutely feel a massive shift in your life. You will feel joy, compassion, and love on a deeper level than you have experienced to date. So if that interests you, give this video a spin. I'll see you on the other side. All right, so I'm in my early 20s, maybe my mid 20s, and I'm thinking about myself. I'm not really thinking about anybody else. I'm just thinking about me, going through life. And I'm starting to read all this spiritual stuff. I've been reading it for years. It's not quite going in, but I get the general concept of it, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not really connecting to it. And then slowly but surely, stuff starts to happen. Just little kind of aha moments, as they say. And the one that really shook me was I'm on the underground and someone ran past and they knocked through about 5 or 6 of us to get their tube. And I paused. Life paused. I still remember it. And I felt nothing but compassion and sympathy for this guy. Business suit, gotta get my train, get out of my way, just plowed through us all. And I sat down on the bench and I had this feeling of, whoa, why do I care? Why am I feeling this? What happened? Why? It was just lots of whys. I'll save you a few minutes. And I came off the back of this trip by thinking, wow, I hope that happens again. And also, that was something really profound. And it was natural, It came out of a bad situation and I felt the opposite of what would have normally happened. Because on any other day at that time in my life, I was usually a bit tipsy, a bit half-cut, a bit, and I know full well that if someone had knocked me, my bag came off my shoulder, I would have been, what are you doing, shouting profanities, not like a full-on rah, 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 but I definitely kind of sort of stood up for myself in a mouthy kind of way. So that was kind of just who I was, and I thrived in that energy of like, not waiting for something bad to happen, but if it did, I'd be like, hey, what the hell, what to do, and I'd add to that energy, and maybe other people around me would be like, oh, who's this guy? I was always a nice guy, but I stood up for myself, and I was I used my Leo the Lion kind of, don't mess with me. That was, it was always in the back pocket. But anyway, that all went out the window, and I was blasted into joy and love and compassion and all of these higher frequencies. Baffled me, absolutely baffled me. But it really made me smile, and it really made me follow the books and everything I was studying and focusing on, like, oh, maybe there's something in this book. And the way I see it is, I was lighting matches constantly by reading these by reading these books and listening to these authors and these spiritual teachers, and I was just lighting matches. And this one lit up, and that was on the tube. And then it happened again. I went to the gym, I got this free pass. I was really excited. I had my bag packed the night before, that's how excited I was. I woke up at 6 in the morning. I got there and I'd gone on a tube, I'd gone on a bus. It was a bit of a journey. I got there eventually. All I wanted was to do a little workout, have a steam and sauna. I got there and it said, gym opens at 8. And I smiled and I went, huh? And I walked back and just walked back. And it wasn't until I was about 3 or 4 steps in from walking away after going, I'd been preparing the whole, I got to sleep thinking about this, I woke up, thought about this, I got all the way there, and then just like that, smiled, huh, and walked off. I caught myself and went, oh my God, it's happening again. What is this? This is the best case scenario of what could happen in this situation. The usual self would see that sign and go, I would have texted my wife at 6 a.m. and said, the gym's not out. She would have woken up, negative effect, spiraling off to her. I didn't. I laughed and smiled and walked back, thinking, I'll go and do something else. Joy. Like bliss. This is new. And it kept on happening. Not all the time, but from time to time, and it would feel bigger and bigger sometimes. And maybe when the stakes were higher, it'd feel bigger. I'd smash something that was my favorite thing, a real sentimental thing, or lose something. And I noticed that, just like that, I'd jump to the highest states of vibration. Because once you know all the stuff that we're talking about, once you intellectually know this stuff, everything is what it is. Whatever happens before whatever you think about it, it is what is. It just is. So no matter what you think about it or what I think about it, the one thing that we can agree on, it is what it is. And then we bring in our commentary and we debate it and we see, who's morally whatever. And this is how it works. Everything is what is. What will be, will be. All of these simple concepts of just, I surrender to life then. Because I'm just going to keep doing the things I want to do. I'm going to push towards and make things be as best as possible. But everything is what is. And when things happen, it's how I respond to it rather than how I react to it. That's the important thing. And when you practice responding to life, rather than just reacting to life, when you practice it, it will start to happen more and more and more often in your favor of responding joyfully. Because at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan, if you can respond in joy and just realize it is what it is, what's done is done, let it go, be here now, all of these simple concepts that are littered through these books and embedded in these spiritual teachings, the more you practice this stuff, the more the domino goes the other way, and the more it speeds up, and the more it cultivates, and the more it feels like it has your back. Because both of those situations, I felt like I didn't consciously decide to go, okay, now I've got to feel joyful and it is what it is. It happened. I was there. I only then intellectually went, this is cool. This is a cool thing that's happening. Okay, I like this. I'm gonna keep reading these books. So where I want to take this next is we can really, really have fun with this stuff. And I want you to start using this as a practice. There's a spiritual teacher called Paramananda Yogananda. Paraman Yoganand. Look that one up. And there's a book called Autobiography of a Yogi. This book is mind-blowing. It's beyond mind-blowing. If you're a skeptic, maybe don't even read it. If you're slightly interested in this kind of stuff, spiritual things, or let's just say definitely spiritual things, it's one of those. It's an absolute, it's amazing. It's an amazing book. And one of the quotes, maybe from that book or maybe from the author, was, practice to love people that don't love you. And this is a wild one. I'm going to summarize this real quick. So I want to make this a short video so you can just take this on and practice it immediately. when we take this concept that everything is one thing, the earth, you know, we're all part of one thing. I'll do this a lot on these videos if you watch, because I really want to get this right here. We're one giant organism, essentially. There's trillions and trillions of things going on within this, and there's trillions and trillions of cells within our body. So really our body is just a microcosm of the macrocosm. It's a small version of the big thing. And when we look at life like this, because that, you know, I'm just gonna start leaving these in. You'll forgive me. It's just, it stops the flow, and it's gonna make it a lot easier if I do. So, reaction, you know? It's all about the reaction. Do I pause and get annoyed at all the stuff, or do I just keep going and be honest and share? Maybe the honesty works better. Who knows? You tell me. Well, one thing, everything's one thing. So everything that's on this earth, that's in this earth, is essentially one thing. The sky, the mountains, the rocks, the people, we're all from the same ball of water and dirt. So what we can do is we can practice looking at everybody else that we see as us, no different to looking at our finger on our body. You know, we look at our finger and it's just a small part of us. It's like when people want to lose weight and they grab their fat, and they grab it and they go, ugh, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. We should be doing the opposite of that. If you want to lose weight, you should grab that fat and look at it and go, I love you. I'm going to work really hard to eat all the right stuff, do all the exercise, and think all the positive stuff, and I love you. I'm going to love you until you are at the size that I want you to be. This is how we need to reframe our mind. So the world will change completely if the world gets on board with oneness. And that sounds like I'm starting a cult now. But it's a simple philosophy that will massively change. And what it will do is it will help us to feel compassion. And compassion is really how a lot of conflicts will be resolved. When we see each other as a reflection of ourselves, we will be able to go, okay, this person is frustrating me and is angering me. But if you can pull yourself to a higher place and realize that that person is the way they are because of the way they were brought up, the way that they think they're navigating life is as best as they can with the resources and skills that they have. So if we can find a place in our heart to go, okay, no matter what, this is what is, they are who they are, I'm not going to try and change them, but I'm going to practice loving them no matter what. This might be too much for some of you, I get it. But if you practice this on a small level, life will change. Life will get easier. That much I can promise you. So let's start practicing this immediately. On your phone, when you see someone's name pop up and it makes you mad, you feel that face, catch that face. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's that. They're triggering me. Like I don't like them, I'm jealous of them, they offended me once, they really upset me, they just annoy me. Tune in. What is that? Name it. Oh, they annoy me. Okay, I love you. Tom, I love you. I love you no matter what. Karen, I love you. I love you. Say it in your head until that feeling dissolves. And remember that this person is just another cell going about their day, doing as best as they think that they can, you know, and we're all just trying to get through the thing that we call life. So if you can practice this, life will change. Dive into compassion, dive into love and joy for this person, even if they offend you, annoy you. Now, the extreme side is a different conversation. We'll have that later on. But for now, practice this with every single person in your life, every single person that you see them as a reflection, either a reflection of what you love about yourself or a reflection of what you don't like about yourself. that's a reminder. You see someone being angry, it's a reminder that you have that within you, within us, collectively. So individually and collectively, we are all one thing. And if we can be conscious enough to practice love, then the world will change for the better. And it starts with you. So start right now. Leave me a comment down below. Send some love. I'll send some back. And inspire everyone in your day wherever you can. Give them a cheeky smile. Listen where you can listen. I don't mean just like listen in on people. Like see if you can lend an ear. Call that person in case you didn't know the sign for calling. Call that person and just be there. Be there for yourself. Be there for others. And I'll see you soon.